Starbucks' procedure for India isn't without dangers. In any case, the world's biggest bistro chain is building its position cautiously through a progression of well picked steps. Numerous worldwide brands have entered India since the 1990s, being pulled in by its developing and optimistic customer base. Yet, not all have succeeded. Starbucks isn't the primary contestant into India's composed espresso showcase, so it doesn't have any first participant advantage. Cafe Coffee Day is the market head while Barista Lavazza was the main espresso chain to open for business. Both are valued by the white collar class. Costa Coffee, Coffee Bean, and Tea Leaf, and Gloria Jean are valued by the rich group in India. India is customarily a tea drinking nation, so espresso chains have concentrated on giving a feel where individuals can unwind and invest energy with one another. This setup implies higher capital expenses. It is different from the US, where the vast majority have a liking for espressos. The Indian buyer base has likewise advanced in the recent decade. What can worldwide brands like Starbucks do to augment their odds of achievement in India? Here are few steps that Starbucks had followed to as a business strategy to grow their stores in India. Pick a local partner. Worldwide brands face the difficult choice of either going solo or trying up with a nearby accomplice. Starbucks' choice to team up with the India Tata Global Beverages demonstrates attention to utilizing different advantages. The Tata Group is one of the India's morally determined brands, and observation passed on about Starbucks India too. Given that India produces espresso beans in just a couple of spots, the other sourcing alternative was bringing in the beans. Be that as it may, this would have raised costs fundamentally. Tata's espresso plant in Karnataka has been contracted to supply beans to Starbucks universally, making common cooperative energies. It has contracted to take into account Tata's Taj Sats, which supplies to Tata's top notch lodging network, the Taj. The Tatas are put into the retail part with store brands like Westside, Tanishq, Chroma, Star Bazaar, and so forth. Starbucks can use them for information sharing on Indian land. Territory points for of interest on handling land administrations. This would enable its very own development to outline. This strategy gives scope for store in store deals. Consistency in store arrangements. This keeps up the one of a kind selling purpose of customer experience and allows to pick up economies of scale on capex. Starbucks plans to have a similar store group crosswise over India. However, the size can change depending on financial matters. This is how it works all around. Starbucks wants to provide an agreeable cafe experience. Having a similar organization gives clients the solace of accepting the equivalent Starbucks vibe any place they go throughout the world. Keeping the store design steady means it needs to pick and open new areas stringently to such an extent that the area can yield a throughput by the venture. Its methodology in store arrangement is different from CCD, which has picked various configurations to tap the potential interest in any region. CCD has opened a couple of premium outlets dependent on the area's customer profile. Yes, CCD means cafe coffee day. It has additionally gone for non-store organizations like takeaways, booths, and candy machines, be that as it may. Starbucks may expect that such non-store configurations may weaken its image esteems. Estimated pace of expansion. India is the place where an inability to screen primary concern has tossed numerous organizations out of the rigging. So a top line just approach doesn't work here. Since Starbucks needs to pick new areas stringently by its equivalent configurations approach, it has decided on a deliberate pace of extension. It is concentrating on the budgetary feasibility of every outlet as opposed to going for an aggressive development plan which may have brought about rehashed calls for capital. This operational process is different from its system in the USA and China, where it has fabricated scale by opening stores in pretty much very area, being the main port of call for espressos by basically being all over the place. Cafe Coffee Day's methodology behind adaptable store organizations was to guarantee there is a Cafe Coffee Day bistro at a simple reach. It is the intriguing to check its normal store gainfulness giving it scale, guaranteeing top authority backing and responsibility to initiative responsibility from the two sides of the organization. Tata and Starbucks has been plentifully clear. Starbucks took as much time as is needed to enter the market, which is estimated to 6 years. Recognizing that India was a boggling market and required cautious passage arranging, the two sides have spoken finally about their dedication and shared feelings of direction to the new pursuit. Alter contributions to suit Indian market and clients' needs, being adjusted to Indian culture, tastes, and inclinations conveyed at a suitable esteem guarantees customer importance, construct, and continued utilization. Starbucks mirrors this comprehension as observed through a blend of Western staples, a wide scope of intriguing Indian tidbits similar to confined refreshments on the idea, since its experiment and items as well, however, to a lesser degree, is its image guarantee. Its test lies in conveying an all around steady yet locally insignificant brand experience. The stores, or the third spot as Starbucks calls them, have been altered likewise. The stores don't pursue the worldwide layout and appear to have been planned with consideration, with neighborhood contacts consolidated. Stores in various urban communities have been constructed and unexpectedly, mirroring the neighborhood culture. For example, New Delhi store has ropes and chat on the dividers and henna designs on the floor, though the Pune stores has a rich showcase of collectibles and coppers. There appears to be sufficient utilization of shading, something missing in the US. The stores have been intended to convey a particular premium cafe experience predicted and in a state of harmony with the one conveyed over the rest of the world. Make inventive and restricted plan of action. Starbucks appears to have made a confined plan of action, planned for conveying a universally reliable item and involvement with locally focused costs. The Tata Group conveys a major sourcing advantage. Yet it has just gone past that to develop and support associations with nearby espresso cultivators, putting resources into structure, economical cultivating rehearsals. All of Starbucks espresso is sourced locally in a first ever for the organization. Scale up using arrangements and organizations. The Tata organization is the genuine overthrow in the Starbucks passage story. Having Tata as an accomplice is gigantically profitable, not due to the validity and strength it offers, or because it coordinates the scale and stature of Starbucks as an organization. It offers numerous advantages, catalyzing pretty much very market section achievement variable. For example, the Tata Group has involvement in the retail businesses, a solid reputation in advancing new pursuits, giving a sourcing advantage through Tata Espresso offer access to high traffic areas using its lodging and other retail outlets, guarantee excellent nourishment and refreshment supply through its F&B business and fourth. Furthermore, the potential for an effective organization is amazingly high given Starbucks and Tata's mutual qualities. The two of them have a solid social inner voice and are resolved to give back to the general public and network influence India for worldwide items. Not long after it finished its first year, Starbucks reported that it was serving top quality Indian Arabica espresso as Indian coffee in different markets. Another world class office for cooking and bundling has just been initiated in Coorg, Karnataka, the result of which are to be analyzed in India and abroad oversee discernment and guidelines. This viewpoint is tied in with structure, a solid positive observation and picture for the business, and brand crosswise over key outer partners and crowds, incorporating the administration corporate accomplices networks inside the eco framework and customers on the loose given what Starbucks has figured out how to accomplish in a year and a half since dispatch. It appears to be genuinely evident that its true thought combined with the Tata advantage has helped in developing solid connections and a positive picture with key outside partners and voting demographics engaging nearby associations. Starbucks is, by all accounts, constructing a nation explicit activity with nearby individuals in charge and overall unmistakable customer interface focuses, giving them the necessary position to coordinate and work. There is a overwhelming interest in enlisting the perfect individuals and giving the essential preparing to install and instill the organization culture and administration models. Along these lines, however, as Starbucks far against the McKinsey spread out variables for long haul Indian achievements. Its accomplishments against the scorecard look noteworthy, with a thorough, vigorous passage arranging brilliant and quick execution. The multi month old endeavor appears to have impressive force, making purchaser and network driven ventures and focused on sustaining its center business and brand. It appears to be very much set to win in India. Whether Starbucks will collect a huge piece of the overall industry and accomplish its objective of India being among its best five markets over the long haul is not yet clear. It's still early days yet for the organization. This appears to be an incredible beginning and a great globalization model for the multinationals looking for an India section.
This Starbucks outlet in New Delhi's Connaught Place has been open for more than a month and still draws long lines and interest from young people like Vikram Mayur, who until now had only seen the coffee chain on television.
I think it's great to have Starbucks in India. We just heard about Starbucks in outside the foreign countries, but to have Starbucks in India, it's a really good thing.
Starbucks opened its first store in India in October of 2012 through a joint venture with India's Tata Global Beverages. The US-based coffee chain had planned to open 50 outlets in the country by the end of last year, but so far has a total of 9 stores in the cities of Mumbai and New Delhi. Starbucks officials say despite the delay, the coffee giant wants to eventually make India one of its top 5 global markets. Tata Starbucks CEO Avani Davda says India is a complex market for foreign investors, both socially and economically, but that it carries tremendous potential.
It comes with its own set of issues in terms of how fast the government can move on the reform side. But I think still the fundamental business potential is there, and if you are a group like Starbucks or Tata's who conducts business in a certain way and understands the potential of the market, I think there's huge opportunity over here.
That potential can be seen in India's 300 million strong rising middle class and a younger population that is increasingly espousing Western tastes. Starbucks has deliberately kept prices lower compared to its pricing in neighboring China in an effort to make the brand more accessible. But the brand still must convince customers in the traditionally tea-drinking country to spend $2 on a cappuccino instead of 20 cents on a hot chai.
Younger people, they're open to experimentation. They're not just hung up on tea or on any particular beverage. Yes, it has been a dairy and a tea market for a long time, but I think people want new experiences and the out-of-home consumption habits are different.
With India's coffee consumption increasing 80% in the last decade and India's coffee market expected to top $500 million in the next few years, Starbucks officials say they're confident the company's investment will pay off. Arup Pandey, VOA News, New Delhi.
I done been around the world, ain't nobody else that could do it like us with nobody help. When the chips about to fall and I'm back against the wall, know it's only one place I call. All roads lead home, home, home. Yeah, all roads lead home, home.